Hafizah Ali bin Azmi, and I'm a lecturer of Hotel and Catering Unit at Tourism and Hospitality Department, Politeknik Tuanku Sirajuddin. And I'm teaching the practical courses for this unit, and I will tell you the story of a lecturer and also a chef. Cooking also is not just an art, but also is a profession that increasingly gaining nowadays. Okay, and the art of cooking is not only focused on food preparation, but also in the other aspects such as gastronomy, the science of foods. Okay, the science of foods, and the most importantly is the taste itself. How we manage to make the food have the great taste, and suitable for all. It's nice to watch a chef cooking on the television, and nowadays there were several cooking shows that were shown in television. It's grown like a mushroom after a rain, and it seems like a very popular career nowadays, and everybody are starting to dream of becoming a chef. To be a great chef, all of us must have these 10 good qualities. For the first one is passion. So every chef must have the passion on what they are doing, on how they are creating their food, and on how they want to make something that will applaud everybody. Okay, and then for the second one is business sense. So for the business sense, every chef must think that everything or every food they are made, it is applicable to be market to the outside. Okay, and then for the third one is attention to detail. So every chef must have the attention to detail. For example, on what my students are doing, so they are depending on what they want to do. So now they want to make a meringue. So what the proportion of meringue, how much the sugar and how much for the egg white. For the fourth one is multitasking. So every cook and chef must have the ability to make multi-purpose work, such as when we are cooking, we also can make the mise en place. Okay, and then we must have the creativity. So each chef must have the creativity on what they are doing, on how they want to create something or new food, and then how to make a pleasing plating on the plating, such as we put something on the plate so people will see the food very appealing to us. Okay, and then practice. So practice make perfect. Okay, practice make perfect. So every chef need to practice, so they can manage to make something that near to perfection. Okay, and then team player. So every workers or every cook in the kitchen must have the ability to team players. Okay, so such as like them, so they are teaming on doing what they want to do. Okay, on finishing what they have to finish, and then making what they want to make. Okay, and then for the next one is commitment to quality. Okay, so every cook or chef must have the commitment to the quality, because when we want to create something, it must be in the good quality, so that people will not, be frown or down with what they receive from us. Okay, and then quick decision. Okay, so in kitchen there are many problems that might occur. Okay, in kitchen there are many problems that might occur. So each of the chef or each of the cook must have the ability to decide on what they want to do next, or solving the problems that occurs in the kitchen. Okay, and lastly is to handle criticism. Okay, critique. Okay, so not all taste buds, not all the people, not all taste buds are same. Okay, so some of the people might taste the food quite salty. Some of the people might taste the food quite soury. So on how we want to handle what they say to us, so we must be knowledgeable on what we are doing. For some example, like we are doing spaghetti bolognese. Okay, so the base must be the taste must be soury. Some people complain that the spaghetti itself is sour, so we must explain to them that the taste must be like this. So they must accept on what we handle the critique. There are several kitchen outlets in the kitchen department. For example, we have Western kitchen, we have cold kitchen, pastry kitchen, main kitchen, and for some of the restaurant or some of the hotels, they have their very old specialty restaurants such as Japanese restaurant, Chinese restaurant, or even Thai restaurant. Okay, and then what we have to know about a great chef, okay, they always have their own creativity and willing to try something new in every aspect, such as what we want to do on the plating, how we want to create something new or new dishes, okay, new dishes. And then in terms of creative, it is important that the chef gaining something that out of the box, okay, or creating something out of the box that will what we call that, people will wow, okay, wow on what they are, on what the chefs are doing. Okay, and the creative also, like for example, is also an art. Okay, for our line, the art of plating. Okay, so let's see over here. This is the art of plating, on how we plate the dishes. We play around with the sauce, the starches, the vegetable, and the main course itself. So be creative to be a great chef. We as a part of large preparation team, so that we have to work in harmoniously. Okay, so some people say that working in the kitchen is very hard, but actually it's not as hard as it seems. Okay, we come to the kitchen and then we look at the menu, we check for the next event or some sort of ceremony that will held in our restaurant or hotel, and then we just doing our usual work. Okay, and some people say that working in the hotel or restaurant, we have to cut vegetables for almost a year, but that depends on individual skills. So if you are good enough, you will be promoted and be greater than before. This is what people say: always practice. From several practice, always practice will make you more skillful than before. Okay, so preparing a food requires technique, okay, and skill that must be honed after years of experience, okay. So, as a great chef, okay, never stop practicing his or her technique. You must have the tremendous passion for food and cooking. Okay, chefs are always enjoying on what kind of food that they select, preparing meals and creating menus. Okay, so as of this passion, I'm glad and happy with my own achievement so far and what my students have gained for their achievement. I'm glad to be a culinary lecturer and also a chef. This is my story.